Hello, this is a note about how to display a man-made surface analysis chart of the South America, this area here, South America and South Atlantic here. It's created by the Brazilian Navy. It's a very, very nice chart, a man-made chart, which we can use to compare with model forecasts, and we can also use it to identify locations of fronts and things like that. The tricky part about it is, unlike other files we've used, which maintain the same file name every time and just update to the latest one, this one has a new file name for every latest edition, and they update it twice a day, 00 Zulu and 12 Zulu, and it looks like it's maybe, you have to wait about 3 hours or so to get it. But so let's look at that process, and we're also doing it. I had to make a kind of a modified version of the new overlay features that's in qtVlm. So we start with the, you go to Gribs and weather image, open a weather image, and this is the new format, and then we're going to add one, and I'm going to go here. Okay, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to download the one we want, which I just added, and it's in the others category, download, and then you go up here, and here it is, South America Surface Analysis, with a big heading, fixed time. And what I'm doing now is just illustrating how you, quote, fix the time. So you say OK. And if I just showed that now, let's say add that, I say OK. So it'll show that map, which is really quite nice here, that we can overlay on. But you notice it's November 21st, which is not today. Okay, it's November 21st, 00 Zulu. So let's see here. What time is it now? Right now it is 18 Zulu. So we're going to probably be looking at the 12 Zulu. So here's what you do, and the instructions say this. Oh, let me back up and show where that is. You would go here, starpath.com/overlays. And here's where we describe these pictures. And down here at the bottom and others, here is the, oh, does that show anything? Oh yeah, that shows what it's going to look like. But it has a fixed time in note 5, and note 5 here tells us what we have to do. So this is the main index of all the pre-configured images in qtVlm. For now. Okay, so we go here, and the note says, once you download it, edit it, highlight it, edit it, and then I want to change the date. The C always stays the same. 24 is the year, it's 11, and right now we have what is this? Today is the 24th. So we would put 24, and then we want the 12 Zulu version. This number out here, this is going to be the year, day, no, month, year. I mean, day, sorry. The year, the month, the day, and the hour is 00 or 12 Zulu. And then once that's done, you say save. And then, okay. Did I have that checked? Maybe I didn't have it turned on. Just a minute. Oh no, I didn't have it turned on. Okay, and then okay, and there we have that beautiful map, and now it's at 2412Z, which is now about 6 hours old. But we could do that. Okay, so then what would you do with something like this? First of all, I'd go in here and get some kind of grib file. Let's just take a grib file like this. I'm going to download it from, let's say, see if I can get it. I get wind and pressure from XY grib, interval. Well, it doesn't matter, every 3 hours. We only need it for a day. Download the grib file. Okay, that's that. Now, let's see. Now, I have these things turned on to red. I guess that's okay. So what's the first thing we see? Look, they've told us on their map where the convergence zone is, and you see the convergence zone, wind coming down this way and coming up this way. So there, that's all makes sense that way. The other thing we would look at is, let's check the isobars. You can check the isobars here. Turn on the isobars, and they are at intervals of 4. Let's say, okay, is that what they use? Yeah, they're using 4 as well. Oh, look here, we gotta be careful. This map, okay, so this map is valid at 12Z, and I'm looking at 18Z on the grid forecast. So we always have to be apples and apples here. So 12Z, okay. So now we're looking at 12Z on the grid, on the GFS forecast is 12Z. And the map made by the Brazilian Navy meteorologist, that's also 12Z. And then you look at that and you see the convergence zone. Okay, that's there. Now let's look at the isobars. Now look at the isobars, they're just almost spot on. You see, I have real thin. You can make those bigger. You could go in here. Let's see, where would that isobar, you could make them bigger if you want to make them thicker to show up better. Okay, but it's hard to see it there any better because it almost wonders if the if the Brazilian Navy is maybe using GFS. Well, anyway, we don't know that. But in any case, they've got the same forecast, basically the same forecast. We see a little trough here. Now that little trough is not indicated very much here in these winds here, but you see a little bump here, and I see a little bump here, a little bump, and you see the winds kind of like bending around that trough. The other thing that we do see is here's something interesting that we always think of when a front goes by, the wind veers, but that's because we live in the northern hemisphere. When a front goes by in the southern hemisphere, look at that. You see this wind here is from this direction, and then what is done is backed. So when you're sailing in the southern hemisphere and the front goes by, the wind backs. All of that's explained in our textbook on marine weather. But anyway, so the value of looking at when you're comparing a man-made, a human-made weather map with a forecast, with a model forecast, we always learn something. We always get some insight. So it's valuable. Okay, I'm going to stop there. That's just a trick for showing this map, which we have to do a trick because they change the name of the file every time they update it.